Hello everyone, my name is Ryan, and welcome back to yet another video. Now, before I begin this video, I'm going to say that this video may or may not be school appropriate. You know what that means, my friends. We're back with a gun augmentations part 5. That's right, 5. To be honest, I haven't even uploaded gun augmentation part 4 yet, and I'm already making 5. But that is because of a very important reason, which I'll show you right now. I have invented something revolutionary that will change the world. Well, it's a gun, so maybe change the world is a little... So you know how every time I show you the gun augmentations, I show you the bullets, I show you the rounds, I show you the gun, and then you're thinking, well, okay, that's cool and all, but this gun doesn't even fire, it doesn't even shoot real bullets, except for, like, you know, the pegs that you put in only the pistol. So in other words, it's a gun that doesn't actually act as a gun. Well, that's where you're wrong. That's right, you heard me right, you're wrong. And that means I'm right. Let's get on with this. Basically, what I've been doing for the past hour or week or whatever is that I have activated this gun and I've made it possible so that it actually fires. You can't see anything because I'm not firing anything, but let me show you right now. Commencing gun firing test. Loading weapon. Loading gun. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure you're all going to have some questions right now about how that happened. How does this gun exactly work? How does that actually fire? Well, let me break it down for you then. So basically the bullets we're using are these bullets right over here. Same bullets I introduced in the last episode of gun augmentations. Now these bullets go into this gun. Now the original way I decided of feeding this gun is that I can't do a magazine feed because that's just way too complicated, and so I decided to do something very, very basic. Of course, you could just put the bullet through the end like this, except that's very informal and kind of stupid looking, so I decided to build this little hatch on the side. You can't see it because it's kind of black, but there's a hatch on the side. Basically, what you do is that you open the hatch up, you pull it up so it opens like this, and then you just put the bullet inside, you slide it in like that. Close the hatch. Maybe you need to shake it around a little, but basically the bullet should just fall downwards and into the gun. Then you load up the gun and you fire. So the way this little hatch is made, it's pretty simple actually. Just add some snot bricks on the side of the gun, as you can see there. Just add some snot bricks, then attach a little bit of a gate system here, and it's really quite simple. The only reason this 1x4 plate is here is just so that it's something to hold on to and makes it look a little better, as a normal 1x1 pretty much just slips through the hole pretty easily. Although I do have to mention this gate is a little fragile, and so you should take care when using it. So how does the gun actually fire? Well, the main firing mechanism is actually back into the normal pistol itself. The firing mechanism really hasn't changed from the original pistol design. If you remember the first ever video of gun augmentations, well, not really gun augmentations, before the series was called Gun Augmentations, I had a Lego vlog illustrating this pistol. Now, this pistol was a very interesting, unique design, a design that I did not create, but a design nonetheless. Specifically, I have no clue who designed it, but I do know it's a Chinese company, something, not gonna get into too much detail. Basically, how the actual firing system works, you can go look back at that video. I'll probably attach a link or something. I'll attach a link at the end of this video to that video that demonstrates how this works. The firing mechanism basically uses a few springs and a special trigger piece that allows it to lock in place. Other than that, it's pretty much just all springs. And I have to say, it is an amazingly fantastic system. Accurate, powerful, maybe not so much, but it's a pretty good system, considering that you're firing Lego here. So if that's how all the firing happens, what's with this barrel here? Well, let me demonstrate by taking it off. So to take this barrel off, first of all, you have to take off this long piece up here. Now this piece aligns up with the 6 studs on the top, of course, to provide maximum stability when this rifle is being attached. Otherwise it might, fall a bit. After that, you just carefully break it apart like this, and you reveal what looks like a pipe piece. Of course, you can keep these 2 pieces on the bottom here, because that's how you're going to clip it back on later. So the tube itself is relatively hollow. It's just a hollow tube with some special pieces in the back, which I'll get to later. Of course, there's also like small iron sight added for detail, and yeah, such. So the gun itself is pretty much composed of this. We have the gun, the firing mechanism, and then we have this piece at the end, which is basically just an extended version of the barrel inside. So if we pop this piece open over here, you can see that basically what I did is that I took the normal connector piece, attached a connector to it, and extended the pipe. That's pretty much all you have to do. What you're left with is then pretty much just an extended pipe, or an extended trigger pusher thing. After that, you're left with an extended mechanism. So what do? Well, the next thing you would technically do would be to put a bullet here. But of course, you need a barrel. So that's pretty much what what this is for. It's basically just a hollow extended barrel that you would put the bullet inside, so it works with the gun. Of course, in order to put this piece inside, I did have to remove a few pieces from the interior of the gun that were taking up some space, but other than that, pretty much nothing has been changed. So if you take off the top of the barrel, you can kind of see a bit more about how the inner workings work. Now, it's all black, I do apologize, so it might be a little hard to see, but if I can get the camera angle correct, you can kind of see that on the inside, there are these kind of sharp-looking bricks on the inside here. So these sharp-looking bricks, basically, when the gun is aligned, like so, they provide a place for the bullet to rest. So when you load the gun back, it pushes the stick back as well, leaving there a little bit of space for where your bullet would rest. This is so your bullet doesn't, drift off to one or the other side, and so it stays in the middle and thus provides maximum thrust. I would show you the bullet inside the barrel, but due to technical mishaps, that's not going to happen. But basically, you kind of get the idea, the mental image. The bullet will rest inside those grooves and thus provide a stable, kind of just stabilizes the bullet as the gun fires. Now you may notice that on this side, the side of the gate, you may notice that the pieces do look a little smaller and they're actually cheese bricks. The reason I chose cheese bricks or cheese wedges or whatever you, wedge bricks, whatever, is because the other pieces, they're a little too tall and pointy, so it's a small replacement. It just allows so that when you open it up and put the bullet inside, you can actually fit the bullet inside, and it basically just slides in with no trouble at all, as demonstrated here. You put the bullet inside, it slides in, and pretty much just sits inside the gun. So in essence, this working gun isn't actually really that complicated as you might think. I did in the design process, did overcomplicate it a little bit. I tried to incorporate some rubber bands, some springs and such, but then I realized that really all the mechanism is already in the old gun. All I had to do was extend it a bit and make it larger. Of course, if you really want to know how this works, check out my last video or other video, really old video actually. Yeah. Of course, when you're satisfied with your gun and being able to fire real-life Lego bullets, you can pretty much add some augmentations. Now, with augmentations with this gun, it's possible, though a little more tricky. Now, first of all, you can't add any barrel attachments as they'll obstruct the view or obstruct the end of the gun and thus cause it to not be able to fire. Secondly, although you might not think about it, is the stock. Now the stock I am thinking of modifying to be compatible with this, but basically how the stock works is that if you do attach a big bulky end to the stock like this, it prevents the gun from loading back like this. And that's how the gun loads and fires and such. So if you add a stock to the end, you've pretty much eliminated the whole point for this to work in the first place. Other than that, you can add magazines, scopes, bipods, grips, stuff like that, and it'll all still work. Anyways, this has been another video. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later. If you want to see another video, I think it's to, no wait, hold on. Yes, I think it's to this side. Here's another video of the gun augmentation series. Here's the video for that original gun augmentations video that I made, illustrating how this gun works, and there's a subscribe button. Adios, bye.